Friends, hi. So I thought we could take a little look at ego today um, because our egos have been coming to the forefront during this crisis. They have been coming up and trying to lead the way. And there has been a lot of anger and criticism and judgment being thrown around by a lot of people when we are faced with their egos. So, people, for example, that are not abiding by the lockdown requirements, or people that are not abiding by the isolation requirements, etc. But it's really important that we understand why our ego is coming out at this time, if it is, and what that means for us. So, the ego is very useful for boosting our sense of self-worth, for our risk-taking, for giving us a heightened sense of security. Absolutely. And we all need it, and we all use it when the time is right. But for the ego, the ends always justify the means. And that is not something that we can apply right now. Okay? The means are extremely important. The way that we can get through this is extremely important. The way that we lead our businesses through this is extremely important. Okay? And if we are running a business, or if we are in positions where we can make some decisions now during this difficult time, the ego has no place at all. We need to focus on our compassion. We need to focus on our non-judgment. And we need to focus on being very clear, okay, about what we can do and what we can offer. Now, when you fall into the trap of associating only with your ego, and I'm reading to you from my book, you start to lose sight of yourself and your presence. Okay? Our ego is not our true self. It's not our true essence. It's not our true being. And right now, humanity is being called up to be true and to be authentic. And I've talked about this before in some of the other videos. So ego has no place here. When your focus is one of achieving what you think you want, without regard for others around you, then you will be blindsided into seeing only your side of things, and perhaps even causing damage to those who cross your path. Now, this is particularly relevant now. Okay? As we talked about in the freedom video, we cannot do everything that we want to do right now. Some of our freedoms have been limited. Some of our freedoms have been repressed. So we cannot act solely thinking about ourselves. We have to look at the bigger picture. We have to look at all the people around us and how our behavior and our decisions can impact them. And this applies to our personal behaviors and obligations. For example, when we can go out, when we can, visit the supermarket, and what protections we take. And it also applies to how we're dealing with this crisis for our clients, for our businesses, for our teams. So, a really good exercise is when you are about to make a decision about something, okay, ask yourself, is this for my higher good? Is this for the good of all? Or is this something that I'm doing for me that may have repercussions? And when it is something that you can pinpoint that you're doing just for you because you're frustrated, or you think you know best, or you want to flout, some regulations, then that's your ego. And that's where you can start to rein it in. For the good of everyone, for the good of all. And so that you can do the right thing during these difficult times. Thank you.